Hi everyone, my name is Tia. I thrift a lot of my books. My local library is amazing. There is a biannual sale in which you get this big, I can't pick it up. There's no way. Tote bag, and you fill the tote bag up and the entire thing costs $10. Their only rule is the handles have to touch at the top. It was this past weekend and I just wanted to share with you the gold that I got. Now, I also made it a goal of mine to kind of get through at least as much as I can for my physical TBR this year because it was getting a little bit overwhelming. At this point, it's over 200, which it doesn't feel good for me personally. So most of these books are going to go to little free libraries. I'm donating a lot of these, but I just can't help myself when it comes to that library sale, like $10. Of course, I want to go for the experience. So actually, a few of these I didn't get at my library, but I got at used bookstores. Oh wait, actually, these are all from the library. I want to share the treasures that I found. I also want to acknowledge that I'm super lucky. I know a lot of libraries don't have resources like this. I highly encourage you to support your local library and also borrow books from your library rather than just buying. I read over 150 books last year, and over 100 of them I only could read them because I borrowed them from the library. I also recognize that this is not normal. A lot of people don't own this many books, but I make bookish content. This is a really fun thing for me to do, and I love donating to little free libraries. I think it's really important to circulate good, fun books, and I just want to share that. So this is all library stuff. These two books, I'm so excited about them. I got them at half price books, so I paid, I think, $7 for both of these. I mean, $7 each. Mrs. Nash's Ashes by Sarah Adler, which is one of my favorite romances of last year. I got a advanced reader copy from Berkeley before it was published, and I just couldn't get my hands on a used copy. So finally, I snagged this up at a used bookstore. I was so excited about it. I'm actually in the middle of rereading it just because I want to copy my Kindle annotations into my physical copy. I'm so excited, and I'm so happy to have this on my bookshelves. This is what I'm talking about. I want books that make me smile when I see them on my bookshelves rather than books that I don't really know too much about, that I just want to keep because I want to keep. That system is no longer working for me. I also picked up And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Bachman, which I recently just read and absolutely loved. It's so short, but it is so big-hearted. He's my favorite author, so I just decided I should pick this one up. And then at my local independent used bookstore, I found, I think this is number 7 of the Veronica Speedwell series. I own 1 through 5, which I bought at the same store. So I'm missing 6, 8, and 9. I love the Veronica Speedwell series, and this was $9. Now, for my library. I love my library. I love borrowing from the library. I love supporting my library. I love the people who work in my library. Have I said library enough times? This is so heavy. These 5 books are separate from the tote bag sale. All of this, $10. These I paid, I think, $1 to $3 for each. And I just grabbed them outside of this big tote bag sale. My local library, if you've seen any of my thrifting videos, I'll link one. They have a big selection of books that you can just buy on sale. So This Is How It Always Is by Lori Frankel. I absolutely adored this book. I think I read it, in 2021, 2022? On my phone, I have a running list of books that I've read that I would love a copy of, and this has been on it. Oh, hi hero. This has been on it for ages. I finally saw it, so I decided to snag it. I think this was $3. Yeah, no complaints about a $3 book, and the proceeds all go to my library, so that's awesome. I found hardcover copy of White Oleander by Janet Finch. I did a reading vlog trying to find a 5-star read from my birth year, which is 1999, and holy smokes, this was a solid 5 stars. It was so heart-wrenching. It was so good. My Kindle edition has my annotations, and I want to go back and annotate my own copy. Now I have it on my bookshelf. Oh my gosh. The Virgin Suicides. This is the 25th anniversary edition, but because it's from the library, it had one of those library stickers, and I unfortunately ripped it off really aggressively, I guess, so that's stuck there. But the cover is gorgeous. It has gold foiling. This I cannot get off for the life of me, and we're just gonna keep this sticker, whatever. These two I got for $3 total, so $1.50 each. I think both of these were $3. I got Mary Kubica's Just the Nicest Couple, which is a mystery I read last year that I really enjoyed. I love Mary Kubica's writing. The last book before we get to the tote bag sale, I have Normal People by Sally Rooney, but it's a different edition. Hold on. I think I own way too many copies of this particular book. I know I look kind of crazy. I own 3 editions of this book, and I think I'm at a crossroads of which ones I need to give away, because being that I really liked this book, I don't think I need 3 copies of my own. But I bought this 2022 after I read the American cover of Normal People. I annotated it so it's like color coded. I love it. This was one of my first books I ever annotated when I was getting back into reading, I think in 2021, and I really enjoyed the story. And then I think this was on sale, so I was like, you know what, I like this cover a lot more. My girlfriend doesn't love how there are people in the anchovy dish, which understandable. It is creepy if you look at it too long. So now I have this one annotated, not annotated, and then I bought this one. Now I think it's funny, at the top, this is Sally Rooney and this is Normal People. Sally Rooney at the bottom, Normal People at the bottom. I just thought it would be fun to show you guys that they're like antithesis copies of one another. Oh, this paperback edition was published in 2024. Ooh. So this paperback edition was published in 2019. So I guess they like revamped it. I honestly love the pale kind of sickly yellow color on this cover. I'm not really sure why it really draws me towards it, but that's really cool. Faber and Faber is a UK company, so like you can't really just snag these at like an American bookstore. You don't really. So this is very well loved, which I love when my books look like this, that they were loved and they were used. Oh, that's my favorite. I love when I just find a gem. Unnecessary, I understand. I will be addressing my problem, truly. Okay. I think out of all these, I'm only keeping like 2 that really pique my interest, but I tried to pick books that I've heard of before or I've seen of on the internet, and like someone would get a kick out of finding at a little free library, because I know the feeling and I want to do that for someone else. It's really great. Like Shaughnessy, I think is her name. She is a fantastic booktuber. She does a lot of amazing little free library content. Like she drops off brand new books to little free libraries, especially like when they're close to a school or something. And I think she's just so big-hearted for that. Hopefully someone will find something that they really enjoy when I drop these off. I also film little free library hunting videos or like unhauling videos, so it's always helpful to kind of have a stash so that I can drop off books at everyone that I stop at. Okay, so much yapping. The first book, My Year Abroad by Chang Rae Lee. I've heard really good things about this. None of this is sorted by genre. This is simply me playing Jenga within the tote bag so I can maximize how many books that I get from the haul. And every time the librarians always congratulate me with how well and efficiently I stacked my tote bag every year. The Kindest Lie by Nancy Johnson. I got this because it's a book of the month cover, and I was like, ooh, those are always really interesting to find at little free libraries. A Promise Could Betray You. Oh, and this is a debut novel. Unflinching View of Motherhood and the Never-Ending Quest to Achieve the American Dream. Wow, that sounds good. I picked this up solely from the cover, the vibes. That's literally it. Jessie Burton's The House of Fortune. Isn't that stunning? Amsterdam in the year 1705. Ooh, it's a novel about love and obsession, family and loyalty, and the fantastic power of secrets. See, these are so intriguing. The Savage Detective. And like, look, the eyeball. Are you kidding me? That's terrifying. It's exuberant, raunchy, wildly inventive, and ambitious. These blurbs are so like punchy, you know? And of course, I had to pick up a copy of The Kite Runner. I just think everyone should at least once in their life read this book, As Far as You'll Take Me. And I just loved the cover of this. Look how YA that looks. So I think this will be really fun to put in a library. Marty arrives in London with nothing but his oboe and some savings from his summer job, but he's excited to start his new life. It's heartfelt, aspirational, coming of age. Of course it is. In the Time of Butterflies. I don't know, I just was so intrigued by this cover. I know I feel like I'm gonna say that way too often in this video, but this deserves a pat on the back. November 25th, 1960, and 3 sisters have been found near their wrecked Jeep at the bottom of a 150-foot cliff on the north coast of the Dominican Republic. Oh my gosh. Martyred butterflies live again in this novel of courage, love, and the human cost of political oppression. This is going on my TBR. Oh my god, wow. Okay, this book I've heard very odd things about. It is the Pisces book. Truly, I know nothing about it except it's like pretty unhinged, what I've heard. I don't know if it was unhinged in a positive connotation or a negative connotation. Truth be told, I forgot. But a fiercely original tale of love, sex, and a merman. I'm just gonna donate this. Whew, okay. I think this is one of the ones that I'm going to keep. The Book of Laughter and Forgetting. I don't know, just so simple, so sweet. Different aspects of human existence are magnified and reduced, reordered and emphasized, newly examined, analyzed, and experienced. Wow, I have no idea what it means, but I'm very intrigued. Down to earth stories about the human experience are so up my alley. I'm gonna keep this one. And hopefully it doesn't stay on my physical TBR for long because it's pretty short. So I've honestly been doing pretty good with my physical TBR. I know that I said it's over 200, but I've also been so kindly sent lots of books from publishers. Thank you to you guys for the support. I truly can't tell you, I really do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, like I wouldn't get sent stuff and I wouldn't be able to get such access to different books if you guys didn't subscribe, like, and share. So thank you, really, I do appreciate it. And I feel like I have been tackling off my physical TBR. I have. But the number continues to increase, which I don't like. I think I'm gonna do an unhaul soon. It's too stressful. And The Family Man by Eleanor Lippman is just a book that I saw at the library in one of my videos, I think. And the cover just intrigues me. Like, look how sad this man is. He's got a little baguette. Just makes me want to give him a little hug. Hysterical phone call from Henry Archer's ex-wife and a familiar face in a photograph upend his well-ordered life. Like, ooh. Okay, it's so cute. And I just love how the side, like it's like a brick wall, as in like he's walking into his building. That is so clever. And The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I've not read this. I loved her The Secret History. I've heard very mixed reviews about this one, but Donna Tartt, I want someone to experience the magnificent writing that she has. At least from my understanding of The Secret History. I have no idea what this book is about. This is another YA. Oh, this is so cute. This train is being held. Oh, they look so precious. Her off-the-shoulder shirt. Aww. Alex is a baseball player. Issa is a dancer. Fate and the New York City subway bring Alex and Issa together. Is it enough to keep them together when they need each other most? Ooh. Okay, and like, I'm not exaggerating. We have so many more books to go. Next, we have The Birdcatcher. Set primarily on the island of Ibiza, the story is narrated by the writer Amanda, whose closest friend, a gifted sculptor named Catherine, is repeatedly institutionalized for trying to kill her husband, Ernest, who nevertheless refuses to leave her, and they form a quirky triangle. That is very interesting. Studying Black women's creative expression in the potential of cross-ethnic relationships and the intersection of art and madness. Holy cow. I think I've seen that at my library too. Hardcover copy of Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl. I just think someone would get a kick out of finding this. It's in like really good condition. Very famous movie. Have not read the book. Don't think I'm strong enough to read the book, but the movie is very good. The Night Shift by Alex Finlay. New Year's Eve 1999. Y2K is expected to bring chaos. 4 teenagers working late at a Blockbuster Video. Oh my god. My demographic is not kids, but like I bet there are some kids out there definitely have no idea what Blockbuster Video means. 15 years later, more teenage employees are attacked at an ice cream store. Oh, I can't read anymore. I don't know. If this interests you, please Goodreads it. I can't. That's so scary. A History of Wild Places. And this is also another book of the month pick. Hauntingly beautiful, hypnotic, bewitching. Oh wow. It's a story about fairy tales, our fear of the dark, and losing yourself within the wildness of your mind. Maybe like some psychological thriller, something like that. This stack is getting quite high. I'm kind of scared that it's gonna fall. Also, my knee pits are very sweaty. The Trackers, and I just really fell in love with this cover. The art style is very simplistic, the old town car. Charles Frazier, I know I've seen his other book, Cold Mountain, not read it before. Hurtling past the downtrodden communities of Depression-era America, painter Van Welch travels westward to the rural town of Dawes, Wyoming. This is gonna fall 100%. We're starting a new pile. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm sitting on Hero's head. Hi, bub. We got him this new toy. Look how cute. You want to play with it? No? Okay. Your nose is on my butt though. Ugh. The Push, which is a book that I also have just seen on the internet. Tense, page-turning psychological drama about the making and breaking of a family and a woman whose experience of motherhood is nothing at all like what she'd hoped for and everything she feared. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna put that on my own TBR. Very exciting. Oh my god, I feel like Mary Poppins. Like, I'm just grabbing books out of this tote bag. It's never ending. I have so many books left still to show you. Careful What You Wish For by Haley Efron. Oh my gosh, one of the reviews says, Efron understands that the fears we inflict upon ourselves can be more crippling than a man with a gun. That's so creepy. So our main character, Emily, is a professional organizer, but the catch is that she's married to a man who can't drive past a yard sale without stopping. Okay, that doesn't sound scary. Emily finds herself in a mess that might be too big for her to clean up. Ooh. And then I think these are gonna be all paperbacks now. I found another copy of White Oleander, so I bought the hardcover before the sale, and then I found a paperback during the sale. Hopefully someone else can experience the heartbreak that I did. This book is phenomenal, but I would highly suggest, like highly, please look up trigger warnings before you dive into this. New York Times called this one of the 10 best books of the year. Americana. Like, this cover looks familiar. I just can't put my finger on it. Efemulu and Obanez. I hope I'm not mispronouncing those. They're young and in love when they depart military-ruled Nigeria for the West. Efemulu heads to America. Obinzi had hoped to join her, but with post-9/11 America, he plunges into a dangerous, undocumented life in London. It's a remarkable novel of race, love, and identity. Ooh. I think this is already on my TBR actually, but yes, this looks fantastic. The Underground Railroad. Again, cover looked familiar. Have no idea why. Cora is a young slave on a cotton plantation in Georgia. An outcast even among her fellow Africans, she's on the cusp of womanhood, where greater pain awaits. So when Caesar, a slave who has recently arrived from Virginia, urges her to join him on the Underground Railroad, she seizes the opportunity and escapes with him. Oh my gosh, it's a gripping tale of one woman's will to escape the horrors of bondage and a powerful mediation on the history we all share. I love historical fiction. One of my favorite genres ever. We are down to the last 5 books. Wowie. I picked up a copy of A Man Called Ove, Frederick Bachman. How I love him. How I love this story. I think this made me cry lots of happy tears, and I would just love for someone to experience the same happy tears, the same very, very lovely story that is A Man Called Ove. Ugh. I love that book. Oh, you know what's exciting? The Forever Bridge by T. Greenwood. I don't know who that is, but this is signed by the author. So I hope that someone gets a kick out of finding a signed copy. Oh, okay, I didn't even check the signature. For Linda, I hope you enjoy. So I hope that this finds its way to Linda's library. And it's interesting that this is a paperback, but it like folds in on itself, and it's like a really nice binding, but I don't usually see paperbacks like that, so that's pretty cool. During one momentous week as Hurricane Irene bears down on their small Vermont town and a pregnant teenager with a devastating secret gradually draws Sylvie back into the world, Ruby and her mother will have a chance to span the gap between them again. Linda, I got your book. Let's see, Misdemeanor. I think this is just contemporary general fiction. I have my own copy that I bought from the library, not at the sale. Or was it at the sale? I think it was. I just think it's so funny. Yeah, so Jane, this is exactly what I said to you guys the last video I did about the same exact book, but Jane gets caught. She's now on house arrest. She meets another criminal. I don't know. It sounds like it's very chaotic. The Revisioners by Margaret Wilkerson Sexton. Again, insanely beautiful cover. Set in 1924, Josephine is the proud owner of a thriving farm. But when Martha's behavior becomes erratic, then threatening, oh geez, Ava must find a way to escape before her story and Josephine's converge. Wait, who are all these people? Oh, they're related. And the last book that I hauled from the library is In 5 Years by Rebecca Surley. I gave my copy away. I just DNF'd this book, but I've heard really good, positive things from other people about this book, so I'm hoping that someone who finds it can enjoy it. I definitely think it would be better served on someone else's shelf, but this one is like very, okay, firstly, gold. Beautiful. It's like a time traveling, what's happening? Danny is very meticulous, and then she wakes up one day and she's in a different apartment, different ring on her finger, and she's with a very different man. So she spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years into the future before she wakes up again in her own home on the brink of midnight. It's an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. The storytelling just didn't work for me, but I've heard really positive reviews about this book. How many books is this, guys? That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 27 books. So each of these books is $2.70. In this economy, yeah. And then these are all the books that I'm keeping for myself. Hooray for new books. Hooray for used books that are new to you. I hope that you can find some kind of library sale close to you. And I encourage you to visit your local used independent bookstores and just independent bookstores in general, buying from your library, borrowing from your library especially. It's really great to have these free resources available to us because book buying new can get very expensive too quickly. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you read any of these books, please let me know. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm very, very excited to be donating these, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.